Okay, it's working. Alright. Now, before you say anything, if you've actually been subscribed to me, I have like 10, you would know I have not made a video since July, I think. I'm mostly doing this just because I just found out what GamerGate is. It was an article I read by Felicia Day. I ended up not reading the whole thing. I just ended up looking up what it was so I wouldn't be so confused. And I wanted to punch my laptop screen. Now, before I get more in depth, I just want to put this out there. I'm not a feminist, but I don't hate women. I just don't classify myself as feminist because I believe in equal rights for both genders. And feminism is, by definition of the name, feminist rights. Feminism, feminist. They kind of go together like bread and butter in a sense. But it made me sick just reading what it was because for the longest time I've been so fed up with this crap that girls can't be gamers. Oh, they're just attention whores. Some of them are, but it's like just shut the f up, please. Girls can be gamers. Trust me, I know this. I've gotten my butt kicked by quite a few of them. Well, okay. I got a kick known by one. I ended up beating one of my other friends who was a girl just because it was her first time playing. But I usually get my butt kicked by everybody. So anyway, off topic. For those of you who don't know, it was a movement that started in August of this year, so about two and a half months ago. I'm trying to remember what the girl's name was. The girl's name, who she didn't start it. It was basically her ex-boyfriend who did it, Zoe Quinn. She's an indie game developer. I don't know what game she's made. I don't really know who she is personally. Um, but basically, what happened was her now ex-boyfriend. He posted he posted numerous things on his blog, and one of them said that she was cheating on him with a Kotaku journalist. Now, Kotaku, the whole GamerGate controversy is about video game journalists, so that's kind of what he is. And so basically, people inferred from this that she was only sleeping with the journalist to have her games be reviewed well, which is sort of where that's kind of like the central point of this whole controversy is that if that gamers can't be friends with the people who are reviewing their games, and if they are, that just means that they're just being their friends just to use them, which is just bullshit. I might have to make this 18 or older just for simplicity's sake, so I don't have any parents like complaining. But that's complete bullshit. It is the world's biggest bullshit ever. And so after all of that, what ended up happening was, let me just read so I can make sure of this. Basically, she ended up getting tons of harassment about it because of all of this, even though the concerns they weren't conclusive, they weren't found to be true. But because of that, a bunch of traditional hardcore. I'm reading the wiki page. It says the shift, um, the shift. Trying to remember. Basically, it prompted opposition. This is so amateur right now. Basically, what ended up happening was a group of traditional hardcore gamers, as in quotations on the wiki, they opposed. They basically had the view that it was a form of entertainment rather than art. I'm not really sure what that has to do exactly with the girls can't be gamers thing, but basically they opposed it by expressing personal harassment of female people in the industry, i.e., Quinn. She was the first one of it, to be honest. But they decided to just let's just harass female figures rather than actually do it constructively. So pretty much, reading it from the wiki page, it was of such ferocity that as to attract significant mainstream media attention, which focused on the sexist, misogynist, and controlling elements within the gamer community, i.e., 5-year-old idiots, to put it simply. But pretty much, so they've been pretty much harassing female gamers. and sort of kind of started a chain up. It's still going, which is kind of what sickens me about it. Because I mean, girls can be gamers. Trust me. Like one girl in my college class, she has brunette hair. Looks like the typical girl you would see in a teen movie. Who is just like the perfect brunette girl. She does all her studies. She doesn't do anything bad or anything of waste of time. And I found out she plays World of Warcraft. Now I'm not saying it's a waste of time, but she doesn't look like a World of Warcraft player because of the stigma that we've been raised is that World of Warcraft players are just nerds who don't do anything. I mean, I don't play WoW. I played the trial, but you know. So basically, that's basically the whole gist of it, the central core. Now there is one other person who I kind of just don't like in general that's been harassed of it, Anita Sarkeesian. I don't like her because of this controversy. I just don't like her because I find her, I won't say dumb, just very ill-informed. And I feel like she takes herself a little bit too seriously. Now, this is, I'll probably make a second video after this about that because I got about 2 hours. So I gotta go to work. So I'll probably make a video about that just so I can explain why I don't like Anita Sarkeesian. But anyway, but the other thing I want to mention is that, although of course, there was an active discussion of these events on 4chan and Reddit, and figures like Adam Baldwin. Adam Baldwin, I know I'm looking at a picture and I can't remember where he's from. So if you could just let me know. Basically, they sort of highlighted the issue to the population via tweets, and they did use the hashtag in context of it, as in not as in like it's supported, just in context of it, as in this is what it's about. Like one YouTuber, it doesn't say who it is, just says one YouTube commentator had a video critical of Quinn removed following a DMCA request. So it's definitely a big issue now, even though it started off as something that it was something that really didn't seem that big. It was just started with like a girl sleeping with a journalist. That's all. And cheating on her husband or cheating on her boyfriend with a journalist. That's all it started off as. But these dumbass guys, I'm assuming that no, it didn't say guys, but let's be real here. Guys are stupid. And I'm a guy saying this, so that says something. It's a bunch of these dumb gamers pretty much just bash her for no reason, and it's become this giant thing. And it sucks, honestly. It's kind of dumb. Now, and on the wiki page, there's a section called "The End of Gamer Identity." I still don't know what this part means exactly, but if you could just let me know what the fuck this means, I would appreciate it, because I'm so confused. I'm going to read it. It says, later, beginning on August 28, 2014, a number of writers published opinion columns which argued for the end of the gamer identity. I'll post a link to this in the description, by the way. Citing the growing diversity of gaming and the mainstreaming of the medium, while those associated with GamerGate were stated to be a reactionary force against these changes. So basically what it's saying is, it's basically talking about how video gaming is not, it's becoming more of a mainstream thing, whereas it's not just, okay, I got a text from my AT&T provider, sorry. Well, basically, the end of gamer identity, I don't know what it means by gamer identity. It's basically talking about how, it basically said, instead of just ending of the gamer identity, it basically means this should pertain to everybody, not just the original gamers. Because, I mean, everybody games in some capacity. It's more or less up to the age of 30 now that play games, like, because they grew up in that era. But the people who are supporters of GamerGate are pretty much against these changes. They're pretty much the hipsters, which don't even get me started on hipsters. Don't even get me started on these people who think that every good game is better than modern game just because they're old. I hate it. I'll make a video about this as well. Okay. Actually, I pretty much just covered most of it. So let's just go on a tangent here. Let's go on a very kind of a distant tangent, like from point A all the way to B. Let's talk about these video game hipsters for a minute. Please, for the love of God, let's just talk about it. I am sick of these people who think that just because the game is old And just because it came before everything else means that it's better. People say that about the original StarCraft. No, StarCraft 2 is better than StarCraft 1. Why? Not because it's new, but because it's everything that StarCraft was, StarCraft 1 was, but more. I'm sick of these hipsters, people. Dear hipsters, if you're please watching this, please just shut up at least a little. Can we not enjoy our modern games anymore? Whatever happened to just enjoying a game, where it didn't matter what gender you were or what race you were? Now we have this BS stigma that you can only be a gamer if you're white and male. Well, the white part not so much, but just because if you're female you can't be a gamer. Because I mean now let me just point this out. I'm not saying all girls who are gamers are, in the sense that I'm not. I don't think I gotta word this so I don't get a lot of hate at me. I'm not saying that it's easier to say it's easier in the other way around. But girls, there are some girls who say they're gamers, as in they look slutty with Nintendo controls. No, that's not a gamer girl or a gamer at all. That's a slut who found glasses and is holding a Nintendo remote. That's what that is. No, a gamer doesn't care what he or she looks like. Doesn't care what anyone else thinks. They play games because they want to, not because society says anything else. I mean, I consider myself a gamer. I play Magic the Gathering. I've played D&D. I have not played it since like 7th grade, but I did play it. And I don't care if anyone calls me childish or saying I don't live in reality. You want to know why? Because reality sucks, personally. It's full of BS. It's full of corrupt government. It's full of greedy people. It's full of idiots who don't know what they want in terms of gas stations. It's full of idiots everywhere. Call me a pessimist. I don't care. It's called realist. I play video games and I'm a realist. How's that for ironic? But anyway, basically what GamerGate boils down to in and of itself is that you can't be friends with a gaming journalist if they're reviewing your stuff, which is kind of complete BS if you think about it. Because I mean, if you don't like someone that you're reviewing, you're gonna make it bad if you hate them enough just because you hate them. So whether you're friends with them or not, it's gonna be biased anyway. I mean, everyone's biased at some capacity. If they like the game, they like it. If they don't like it, they don't like it. It's simple. If they like it, they're going to address the things that they did right, and some of the things they did wrong. If they don't like it, they're going to address what was done wrong and if you think that was done right. It doesn't matter if you're friends with them or not. I mean, unless they're a horny dumbass who thinks that you have to, unless they're an idiot or if they got bribed, which, by the way, what was it? Was it IGN? No, there's some. I want to say it's IGN. They have it. My friend Josh looked this up. It is confirmed that they do accept like bribes or whatever to get higher reviews, or like Call of Duty does it so they get higher reviews as in a must play. You know, they're kind of all the same in a sense that it's really not that different. I mean, granted, you could say something about Halo, but still, I digress. But I mean, Gamergate also brings up the sexism thing, which I'm sick of this sexism in games. Not necessarily in the games, just towards gamers in general. And I've addressed this, but I have to say, girls can be gamers. Accept it, you dumbasses. Please accept it. Just because you see one slut on the internet, one slut on Twitter or Reddit, does not mean all girls, or guys, if they're rolled that way, does not mean all people of said group or gender, faction, whatever you want to call it, does not mean all of them are like that. Girl, guy, doesn't matter. They're gamers. It's not guy gamers versus girl gamers. They're just gamers, people. Accept it, and your life will be magical. Trust me. If you want a good girl gamer, look at Melanie Mac. She's actually good. She doesn't like dress slutty or show her giant boobs everywhere to get views. No, she plays games, and people watch and like them. She doesn't use her sex or anything. If you want a good gamer, watch him. Not him. Sorry, Melanie. I don't know her personally, by the way. I wish I did, though. But anyway, if you want a good gamer, watch Melanie Mac or Goldie Glove TV. His girlfriend. What's his girlfriend's name? I don't want to say it's 2NC over C squared. I think. I want to say that's her YouTube name. I'm trying to think. Tobuscus I don't watch a lot of, to be honest. Look, watch Vine Sauce. Vine Sauce. Oh my gosh. But I'm done ranting. I've been running here for 15 minutes. I had to get that out. I'll probably make a video probably exactly after this, talking about Nia Sarkeesian, why I don't like her that much. It's not because she's a girl. I just find her dumb, to be honest. I just find her review, or as I like to call every single thing in games sexist, retarded. I'll see you all later. Hopefully, I might put up a StarCraft 2 video with me and my friends if I can get Bandicam or Overwolf to work. For those of you who don't know, Overwolf is a video game overlay where when you pretty much go over to the left side of your screen, there'll be sort of like a half circle. You just hover over it, it'll bring a little pop in, and you can set to have like TeamSpeak, Facebook Messenger, recorder, or a music player, so you can play, so you don't have to go back and change the music every time. It's really good if you're like me and you like to listen to like Audio Machine or something. But anyway, I've gone on long enough. So I will see y'all later in the next video. Bye.